How's it going, guys? This is my review of my 2004 118 scale Audi A8 made by MotorMax. This model I bought about 3 years ago on eBay. That's where I get most of my models. I bought it for $1, and yeah, I know, $1. I bought it used. This seller never. She bought it as a gift for her son, and she never. Like, she gave it to him, but he just never had too much interest in it. He was a collector himself, but he was more into the higher end models. So she ended up trying to sell it one day, and she put it for a bid. And the opening bid was $1. And, I just bid. I was like, you know what, let me just see if I can get it for $1. So I put it for $1, and I forgot about it. And then 3-4 days later, I got a notification saying that, you won this bid. And I totally forgot about it. So when I saw that I got it for $1, it was definitely brought a smile to my face. So it was nice to get this model for $1. I paid like $3.99 in shipping. So this model was definitely a win. By that time, about 3 years ago, this model was going for around $20 to $30. Now, I just checked 5 minutes ago on eBay, it's going for like low end $32, and higher end it's going to like $50. So obviously the cheaper the better. This model overall, I recommend it. It's a great model. It's definitely a budget model, so I would not recommend paying around $50 for it. Stay around $30. If you can get it for less than that, that would be great. Let's go into the overview of this video. This model, obviously the paint is absolutely beautiful that they use for this model. I've had this model for about 3 years. And obviously this model has been in somebody else's house, in another collector's house. I'm not too sure if they had it out on a shelf. I'm not too sure if they played with it or anything like that, but nothing is broken. No scratches, no dents. Everything looks great, on tip-top shape. I really like it. Also, the lines for the body panels, like the hood and the doors and things like that, they're really nice. You don't see no huge gaps, and nothing that's really too crazy that sets it apart. Let's start this review with the front. So here we have the headlights. The headlights have these really ugly pegs. They have 2 of them on each side that I really don't like. I'm not sure why they did that, but you can see them here, those really ugly pegs. The fog lights as well, they have like little pegs in them. I don't know why they did that. This is a pet peeve of mine. Here we have the Audi logo. It's nice. The chrome has not faded for as long as this model has been around. This chrome is not faded. This grill is not see-through. It's just one piece, unfortunately. It does have the European license plate. This model is based off the European model. Let's move on to the side of the vehicle. This model does feature full suspension, which it has a really comfortable, nice, soft suspension, which I really like. Moving on to the side, you do have a slight gap here. It is not as closed as I would like it, but it's not too bad. It's not anything out of the ordinary for this price that you would be paying for this model. The side view mirrors are really nice and stiff. Like, you could even open the door with the side view mirror. It's really stiff, and that's what I like to see, because I hate to see models that you just touch it and it breaks. So that's nice to see. Also, the doors do open up really nicely. Very flush. The way that they used to open up the doors is really nice and flush. Before I forget, the rims. Let's talk about the rims real quick. You can't really see inside the brake caliper or anything, just that these holes are really tight. They're really small, so you can't really see them. But there is quality in this rim. They did put some detail in it. The chrome is really nice. The tires don't feel that cheaply made. This model does have steering wheel steering as well. Let's move on to the interior. Now, the interior is actually really nice for this model. It has a lot of quality. Definitely a lot of quality in the interior. It's not just one color. It is a plastic bottom interior, which is okay. You won't really see carpet until you hit the higher numbers in price. But it is really nice. But one thing that does set this model apart, that really makes it stand out, in my opinion, is that even though this was a $20, $30 car back in the day, the rear, if I could just get this open. Yeah, it's a little hard to open. Let's see if I can pry this out. Wow, this is really hard to open. Yeah, that's better. All right, there you go. The rear door does open as well. So this model has all opening doors, which is really nice to see in a budget model of this caliber. There is detail in the rear as well. So, and they do open up, the door opens up nice and flush as well, as you can see here. So that's really cool to see on a model that cost me $1. Moving on to the rear taillights, you do see some detail in there, but again, those pegs just ruin the whole look. Here you have, I'm sorry if you can't really see, it says A8, and then you have 3.8 liter, which is actually incorrect. This is a discrepancy. The only thing close, the American models were 4.2 liters, and the only thing close to a 3.8 is a 3.7, and those were the European models. So I'm not sure where they got 3.8 from, but 3.8 just doesn't exist. Here you have the license plate. Looks like it's coming off a little bit. Just gotta, maybe I'll tape that up later. Glue that back on there. The trunk does open. Not much going for it. It's just a nice plastic trunk. They have a weird block here. You guys can't really see it, but it is a little block here. And this is where these pegs, these little anchors kind of go in and out. They didn't want you to really see it, so that's how they covered it. Oh, there you go. You can see it now with this box here. Let's move on to the bottom of the model. Here you have black exhaust, which is not very realistic. Exhausts are not really black unless they're aftermarket. It's very cheaply made. It does say 1/18 scale Audi A8, and then it does have the MotorMax logo right there. The bottom has not much detail going for it. It's just one color, and even the exhaust is one color, so the bottom is not that impressive. But again, it's a solid model. The overall feel of the model is extremely, extremely solid. You have the rear door that opens here. Passenger side door opens as well. You can kind of see more of the interior right there. And again, the interior on this model is beautiful for the price that you're paying. It's definitely worth it. Here's the steering. You can see the steering wheel is moving. It does have kind of like a spring steering, like you turn it, but it kind of wants to like veer straight again, which isn't too bad, but I would kind of like to see it. It makes it easier for pictures if you ever want to take pictures with this model for it to just stay. But you can see it kind of slowly tries to go back to place. This model, I would like to point out that this model is fairly easy to work on. I've taken this model apart a couple times, and I've managed to get the steering going easy with the suspension and everything. I've taken out the suspension. The car has been slammed before. I've put it back on. This model is fairly easy to work on. Most MotorMaxes are extremely easy to work on. Here you have the sunroof. It's kind of like a panoramic sunroof a little bit. You see these lines. They're kind of ugly, but again, it's not too bad. Also, the sunroof doesn't align very well. Sunroof looks like it's coming off. It's not. It's just, it looks like it is. It's kind of prying off a little bit in the front, but again, this model doesn't get played with, so I don't expect that to change at all. But the lining, as you can see, the alignment here is like it's coming off over time, so that's kind of disappointing. Here we opened up to probably the worst part of this model, and that is the engine. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say black molding of flat black paint where there's nothing. There's a whole lot of nothing in here. This is probably one of the worst engines I've ever seen. Just no detail at all. You got some lines, and that's pretty much it. You don't even have numbers or anything to tell you what kind of engine this is. So it's pretty bad. This is one of the more poor engines of the model collection world, but it is what it is. You know, this is definitely a budget model. It's very disappointing to see, but this is definitely one of the budget models. So considering the fact that I got this for $1, this was definitely a win for me. And I would definitely recommend this model. This model is a higher end model for the price that you can end up paying for it. Like if you pay $10, $20, this model, I would say this is a nice solid $30 to $40 model. Just because the back door is open, the quality of the interior, just a lot of things set this model ahead of its budget. But at the same time, you don't want to pay too much. Definitely not $50. This model is definitely not worth $50. But it does have a really solid feel to it. Like it's really solid. It's definitely a model that you can have, and it'll be same condition over the years, as long as, you know, obviously you don't break it or abuse it. This is definitely a solid model to have. And again, if you guys can pick it up for the lower price, obviously that's the better price. So I definitely recommend it. There's actually even one seller that's selling it on eBay for $178, which is like ridiculous. That person, I'm not sure who that person is. I have nothing against them, but that is just a straight scam, selling this model at $178. But that has nothing to do with me, so I'm not concerned. I'm just out here to put videos so you guys can know what's a good price to pay for these models. Definitely this model, $30, you won't go bad with this model. This model is definitely worth it. So thanks for watching. More videos coming soon. Please like, subscribe, comment below, ask any questions you guys want. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.